Hey, welcome to GARDNSOUND 365. My name is Gardner, and today we're talking about the the CHAINSMOKERS. I've got to quit saying that. Yet again, we're talking about the fucking CHAINSMOKERS, and this time I gotta say I need to eat my words a little bit. I made a video criticizing John Fassold, who's the guy that made the "every song sounds like CHAINSMOKERS is the same." Okay, now the next thing we're gonna do is pick another chord. Okay, good. You've got two chords. Now we're gonna blame all of our problems on the fact that this band is more successful. Okay, so I was like, whatever, you're just criticizing more popular artists because your own lack of success is making that something funny. Well, I need to eat those words a little bit. I need to eat my words. I found an example of the CHAINSMOKERS, I think, actually plagiarizing themselves. I don't know if that's a thing that's legal. So today we're going to investigate two different things. One, did they or did they not copy themselves? And two, are they allowed to do that? I've done a CHAINSMOKERS song on Recomposed before, so technically this is going to be an episode of Recomposed. So I've got my project open from Something Just Like This, which is the CHAINSMOKERS and Coldplay song that I've recomposed. I think that was episode 271. So what I'm about to do is show you how these two songs are similar. Now they are different, but I want to compare the texture and the way that the choruses feel. So here's the chorus, and I've already chopped these up from Something Just Like This by Coldplay and the CHAINSMOKERS. If my memory serves me correctly, and if my research is correct, I think that song is newer than this other song I found by the CHAINSMOKERS called Roses. So here's that song's chorus. So this is the chorus from Roses. Listen to how similar this is. I think it's literally just a change in key, but otherwise it's the same thing. So let's go back. Here's the Coldplay track again. It might even be the same fucking drum pattern. I'm not kidding. It's in like C sharp, so if I turn it down like 2 half steps. Alright, so now they're in the same key. So listen to it now. Don't believe me? They're only slightly different. I don't know if they're... How different does it have to be? How different do songs have to be in order for them to be considered different? I did a little bit of research, and what I found was something interesting. You can copyright a melody. So a melody, you know, like the birthday song, which I'm not going to sing because that copyright is actually owned by the Disney Corporation and they will find me. So let's take, for instance, the birthday song. Everybody knows what song I'm talking about. If I wrote a song that had 8 notes, right, in a row that matched the birthday song, I'd be fine. 9 notes, copyright. There is a note limitation on a melody in terms of copyright. However, there is not any copyright restrictions on a chord progression. I could absolutely and totally rip off one of Mr. Bill's chord progressions, for instance. There's nothing he could do about it. Now, am I going to do that? No. But does that give me a little bit better of a feeling when I think about how close Solstice B is to Weezer? I'm just saying, I'm guilty of this too. But here's the thing. Do I rip off myself? That's where I'm going here. It's like they didn't think anybody would notice. This isn't verbatim the same thing, but it's really close. In fact, for today's episode of Recomposed, I'm not even going to change any of the instruments inside of this project. I'm just going to do a save as and then redo the chord progressions to match Roses. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. So here's the project from Something Just Like This. I've done a save as. Now it's called 365-339. By the way, for things just like this, I'm gonna keep doing that joke until it gets old. For this type of project, I will be giving it away to my supporters on Patreon. So if you support me at the $2 level and above on Patreon, you will be getting this single project file So yeah, there you go. All right, so there is no guitar in this song. I'm not doing anything past this point. I swear working on this fucking segment makes me stupider. Sucks all my brain power out because it's just like this segment just makes me depressed, man. Like, why is this popular? Because chance, because luck, because that's how things work. It's not really anything to do with anything. It's these guys had the right sound that was well produced at the right time, and a whole bunch of people agreed that it's the sound they all want to listen to for a while. That's it. That's all that makes popularity popularity. That's it. It's just the right sound at the right time. That's all there is to it. There's nothing more special than that. Work on through this. There is no guitar in the song, so we can take out the guitar tracks. So this chorus, that's my point, is basically the same. I just need to change around some chords. So we'll get there. Up until that point, there's only 3 things that are happening. There's this like kind of which is basically a pitched up Reese. So there's that. Then there's a drum pattern that happens behind it. There's her voice, and there's this weird FM kind of plucky bass that comes in around like here. Yeah, here, boom, boom, boom. So other than that, that's it. There's that, which we'll get to. So there's 4 things to do. Then we've got this chorus, which I've literally already built because I've already done their other song, which is the same song. It just plays around with that chorus for the rest of the song. This is gonna be fucking ridiculously easy. Famous last words. Let's see if we can do this before the camera runs out of film. Could also just activate it manually. That's what I'm gonna do, and then just play around with the oscillator until it sounds right. Alright, that's really fucking close. So we've gotten it. Okay, that took longer than I expected, like fucking every episode of this segment does. I've learned the most from this segment, however. As much as this segment depresses me, from the deadmau5, Recomposed, to all the stuff I did with the Gorillas, to all the stuff I did with the fucking Chainsmokers, excuse me. I've learned a whole ton about how to make pop songs.
Take it slow, but it's not typical. Take it slow, but take it slow, but it's.
I thought they were going to change the drum pattern, but let's not forget, this is the Chainsmokers. The easiest method is what they use. There's also a snap and snare layered below that. Alright, so I just need that bum ba dum. Yep, all it is a little bit of a sine square with a band pass, and this is it right here. And again, I'm going to include this in the sample pack that I'll be giving away to my Patreon supporters. I'm going to call this the Cocksmokers release bass. Alright, so then there's something else that happens here, which is just Alright, now for this next section, all I have to do is make my It is that easy. No, really, it's that easy. It's that fucking easy. No, seriously. Grammy, please. Grammy, where's my Grammy? Funny already got these super saws built out. I just need to change the pitches. Alright, I added another part to it. It's a hi-hat. It goes tick, tick, tick. Alright, at that point we just go back to this crazy weepy Reddit, weep, 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 that trend I hate that everybody does with the vocal chops. Really all I wanted to demonstrate, this is kind of a recomposed episode, kind of not a recomposed episode. All I really wanted to demonstrate here was how similar the techniques used in something just like this are to Roses, and they're extremely similar, and the chorus itself is even extremely similar. I'm not going to go through the entire process of how to remake this track because all the parts from here on have already been made in some way, shape, or form. And y'all hate it when I sing, so I'm not going to sing. Y'all just fucking hate it. The downvotes are serious whenever I sing. So here's the deal. This is hard work. This is not easy. And I do all this in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then I edit it and then I put it up every day. If you appreciate what I do, please hit that thumbs up button. Share this somewhere with your buddies, with your friends, with your girlfriends, with your boyfriends, whoever. And I will see you all tomorrow for something a little bit less frustrating.
Da 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 da.